Good evening students. In this video we will discuss about Hindu newspaper editorial of 23 December. So the major news covered, first we will see the major news covered were affirmative votes. This is regarding the UNO resolution on the USA declaration of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. We will discuss what is the issue, and next reading Rahul Gandhi's hand. This is entirely political. We don't need to much focus on that one. Next, a capital mistake. So this is regarding the same Israel and America issue. And next one is missing the pulse. This is about Indian agriculture. Okay, so now both this issue as well as this issue, so they both related to, so this Israel and Jerusalem issue we will discuss in a detailed way. So what happened, students? Like few weeks back USA announced that they are recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital. So what is the problem in this one? The problem here is in UNO, in United Nations organizations, in 1948, okay, they made one agreement that is known as UN Resolution 181. According to this agreement, both Palestine and Israel, they recognized as separate nations, and Jerusalem is a controversial place. So this controversial place, okay, this problem must be solved through only discussions. Okay, then only the problem should solve. But instead of the discussion, USA unanimously, without saying to anyone else, it declared Jerusalem belongs to Israel. So obviously here USA violated the UNO. Okay, USA violated the UNO principle of UN Resolution 181. Okay, it violated. So recently what happened? USA announced its National Security Strategy document. Okay, USA released. Okay, so in this document, USA told that in this National Security Strategy document, USA told that it will follow the international rules. But here it did not follow the rules of UNO related to UN Resolution 181. That means USA did not follow its word. And one more thing is, USA national policy is, okay, its commitment to Israel-Palestina peace process. Now, if you declare Jerusalem as a capital of Israel, how can you improve the peace between Israel and Palestine? So that is also you are violated. That means here USA violated two things. One is it violated the international rules. The other one is it violated its commitment to Israel-Palestina peace process. Now USA done this kind of violation. Then we will discuss about UNO. In UNO, there was an voting was conducted. The voting was on the final settlement of Jerusalem through negotiations. So UNO is saying that Jerusalem issue should only deal with negotiations. Okay, on this bill, okay, total 172 members participated out of the 193 member countries. 21 countries they did not participated. Okay, out of this 172 countries, okay, 128 members, okay, 128 members they supported, and 9 members against. 128 member countries they supported the UNO. That means 128 countries are saying that this problem must be solved through discussions. Okay, that means USA got rejection from 128 countries. Some of USA friends like NATO, Germany, UK, France, Japan and South Korea, those countries also rejected the USA decision. That means USA lost its friends on this particular decision. And USA neighbors like Canada and Mexico, they did not participate in the voting. Okay, so in this way USA lost the support of these countries, especially in this particular issue. Now the conclusion is USA must acknowledge this UNO mandate. That means whichever the mandate, whichever the declaration given by UNO, USA must accept this. Then what about the India case? India voted against the USA. That means India is one of those 128 nations. What is India is saying? India is saying that there must be a discussion on Jerusalem. The final settlement should happen only through discussion. That is India's first point. Next one is India is always supporting the two-state concept. That means separate country of Israel as well as separate country of Palestine according to UN resolution 181. This is India's version. By opposing the USA, India supported the global agreements. Whatever majority of the countries are thinking, India supported to them. Okay. Then if India did not support to USA, then the USA and Israel, don't they get angry on us? Yes, they might get angry. But let's see India and Israel relations. Israel needs India more than India needs Israel, because one third of defense equipment of Israel we are buying. That means we are biggest buyer of Israel's market. And one more thing is, so because of this issue, Israel will maintain its previous relations as same like that. Regarding USA, so between India and USA cannot show anger on India, because India need USA and USA need India. Why India need USA? Because India needs some defense technology, and India need USA support to nuclear supplier group. Then why USA need India? USA need India because India is one of the largest market for USA defense equipment. That means a lot of USA companies are depending on the India. That is the reason, even though India voted against the USA decision, USA as well as Israel, they will not get anger on India because of these reasons. So now students, and recently USA President Donald Trump, he described India as a leading global power, and he expressed his support to India. Now we can easily relax that India will get USA support, not an issue. Okay. And finally, so what is the impact on this, impact of this voting? This voting is saying like that USA here is one of the permanent member, and 128 countries opposed the USA decision. That means member countries, they don't want to tolerate the arrogance of permanent members. Okay, if permanent members do whatever they don't want, whatever they wanted to do, the other member countries, they don't want to tolerate. Here clearly they rejected the US policy on the Jerusalem. This is the editorial which covers both this one affirmative vote as well as which covers a capital mistake done by the USA. These two things were covered. Next we will discuss about missing the pulse. This is about Indian farmers. You know that students, recently in Gujarat elections, BJP lost majority of the seats in rural area. Now BJP is planning to get support of rural area. How can it get support to the rural area? By giving some schemes or by giving benefit to farmers. That is the reason, as soon as Gujarat election result were happened, USA immediately announced 30% of customs duty on chana dal and masoor dal. 30% of custom duty. What is this custom duty, students? Custom duty is a duty imposed on import. That means if you are import the dal from other country, that dal will get tax. Do you know students, in India we are importing pulses, we are importing dal. We don't have enough storage, we don't have enough food of dal, so we are importing. So whichever the imports come to India, that will be taxed additionally 30%. Why we taxed? Why we taxed? Because if the imports are very cheap, for example you are importing from Kenya dal, that is 1 kg 70 rupees. In India dal is 90 rupees. Obviously you will buy the Kenya dal. The same thing would happen with China mobiles also. China mobile cost less than the Indian mobile. Because of that, China mobiles completely filled in the Indian market. So to prevent this, to prevent the cheap imports coming to India, if cheap imports will come to India, means consumers will buy the other country dal, pulses. Our farmers' income will be affected. To avoid that, To avoid that, government of India imposed the custom duty. So now we have adequate production of pulses. Even though we imposed the duty, we don't get any problem. Okay, we can have adequate amount of pulses. So what is the issue here? So why we are importing pulses? Because in the global level, in the world level, pulses rates are very less compared to India pulses. Because of that, traders in India, they are buying the pulses from global market and they are selling in India. To avoid that, Indian government increased the custom duty on pulses. So is this going to be a solution for farmers? No, students, actually this is not a solution for farmers problem. So if you impose high amount of the custom duty from other countries, obviously those countries not feel good. Because recently, for example, India made agreement with Mozambique, like India doubled the imports from Mozambique. If you double the imports of Mozambique, and again you are taxing high on the Mozambique imports, obviously the country will feel bad. Because if you are taxing very high means the pulses from Mozambique, they cost high. When they cost high means why we will buy the Mozambique pulses? We will buy India pulses itself. Yeah. So instead of going for the customs duty, our government should concentrate on increasing the farmer income in various methods, as well as we should able to achieve the food security. That means we should able to produce enough food grains in India without depending on the other countries, without depending on the imports from other countries. This is what this article deal with. So with this, we're done with the discussion of Hindu newspaper editorial. Okay, this is it, students. If you really like this video, like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel, and please leave your comments in the comments box. Thank you so much.